Hakim. I'm 21 years old, I'm from this area, Romford, and yeah, just here to talk about a bit of volunteering that I've done in the past. When I was about 16 years old, kind of just getting into a bit more education, I volunteered at St. Francis Hospice, which is a charity shop in my area. And I did that with my friend as well at the time. We lived quite local to it, we always saw it in our neighbourhood, so we thought why not do a bit of volunteering. So we worked in the charity shop for, I'd say, about 3 to 4 months. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was an eye-opener to the kind of people in your community. I mean, I felt like we was giving back, so it was a really good thing personally. When you're quite young, you might not get to experience conversations with different demographics and age groups, but when you speak to those kind of people that are coming into those shops, you get kind of a different perspective on life, so it was quite an interesting thing to see. Like, we're social creatures at the end of the day. You're not really supposed to be kind of a lone wolf in this kind of life. I used to think like that, but the importance of community is astronomical, because when you it's kind of even like raising a child as well, that kind of phrase, oh, it takes a village to raise a child, it's super important. When you need something and you're not able to access it, maybe by yourself, but you know somebody else that can, it's just a nice thing. And just to have that social feeling of you've got a community, people that you can talk to whenever you need help or anything, it's a really useful thing. And anyone that's not involved in their community already, I'll say it's one of the best things that you could do. When I was working for another charity, there was a lady that was quite elderly, and she actually needed help with her bags to get to her car. Usually you're not supposed to take off kind of your merchandise unless you go on break, but I thought, nah, I need to help this lady out, so I took it off, went to her car, had a nice conversation, and yeah, just little things like that. Like I've always seen as if you can do it, I've kind of been raised to do that. So doing those things is quite important, whether you're in your community or not. I just say that's a very important thing to do. When people hear the word volunteering, especially maybe amongst my friends, at this age it might be a bit of a taboo subject, because we're thinking, okay, well, if we're giving our time, we want a bit of money in return kind of thing. That's kind of how we've been raised. If we're doing something, putting our effort into it, it should kind of come in monetary value. But I'd always say, if you needed help with something, and for example, you couldn't pay for it, you'd want the help still, wouldn't you? So it's kind of like that. It's like kind of putting that good positive energy into the environment. You could say karma if you like. Just doing nice things for people, not expecting anything in return, can be quite a good thing for you in the future, just morally. If anyone else wanted to get into volunteering, I would personally suggest talking to maybe your friends that have possibly done things like that in the past, see how they've gotten into it. Look at if you have like a community bulletin anywhere in your area, they usually have a lot of volunteering roles, looking online, checking with different charities as well, because they always usually have a lot of vacancies for volunteering wherever you are. So it's kind of checking notification bulletins and talking to different people, honestly.